when I was a little boy, and they would be telling me things about, you need to watch out for the enemy when you get older. Um, Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Don't back talk cops, and you know, you know what I'm saying. That typical American black kid pep talk that they give you. They didn't add that your mom is also your worst enemy. They also didn't tell you that your counterpart, the same old women, the black women that are in your community, are also going to be your worst enemy. They warned me about the oppressor and how they was going to make my life hard about getting a job and having to kiss ass to get in certain positions in life and things like that. How you don't necessarily get the same uh, advantages that other races get due to the fact that we come from, an oppressed state of being. But they didn't mention that our women, our black women, who's supposed to be in the same boat with us, are in the car with the oppressor. Our moms is in the car with the oppressor. So when they telling us how our dads ain't shit and our dads don't stick around and all this shit, cool. But what they not telling you is our dads ain't around a lot of times because our mom is such an evil bitch that it's so hard to get along with. They don't tell you that shit. I always find it funny how when you get older, you be thinking, okay, my life about to be hard. My job is to basically be the LeBron James with no advantages, no dad in my life, just me and my mom. And then I'm gonna come up and then I'll find a black woman and then I'll build something and I'll show the world that I'm important. I can do this and do that. They did not tell you that once you get 18, your mama not your friend. Them girls on side of you, they going with whoever's the best option, no matter what color they are. They ain't tell us none of this shit. So when you get older, and it looks like black men have a vendetta against black women, and black women acting like they don't know what they're doing when they doing all that evil shit behind the scenes and things, or raising sons up to be feminine and emasculating them and all this shit. They didn't warn us about them. They warned us about the white man and, oh yeah, look over there at the white people. Look at them people over there. Look at how the Arab people was doing you wrong and this and that. Cool. What about you? I just find it so funny that they forgot to mention that besides the cops being your enemies, besides white people gonna make your life a living hell, they didn't also tell you that black women was gonna make your life a living hell too. They didn't tell you that you didn't have a partner to build with. They did not tell you that when you came up in this world, your counterpart, your woman, was gonna be your worst enemy. That our dads actually wasn't as bad as they painted them out to be, but they was just tired of dealing with a woman that wouldn't listen. So they just said, "Fuck the kid and fuck you too." They ain't tell you none of that shit. So now when you a little boy, and your whole life you've been hearing your dad get bashed, all your dads of the community get bashed for not sticking around and going to start another family and shit like that. They ain't tell you that the woman was the one that ran him away. That she basically works for the same oppressor that she tells you to watch out for. That he might shoot you when you get pulled over. The same black woman who's supposed to be on your side where y'all come together and build and have a kid and teach the kid better for the next generation, so y'all can actually have something to have a foundation. They ain't tell you that woman ain't going for that shit. That she's a modern woman and she wants a man to be her bitch. And she's not trying to look for a man that looks like her. She wants to find whoever the best option is on the table. And that's cool. But they also didn't tell you that when you decide to go, if you wanted to go look for another race or look elsewhere, you're hated. You're a bad man. You don't love your mom. But with them, it's, oh, go queen, go queen, go get your man. Do he got a friend? You see what I'm saying? They didn't tell us none of this shit. So the whole time when we coming up, we been prepared for the oppressor. We been prepared for the Arabic man at the gas station. They got the whole gas station market sold up. The Jews got the real estate market sold up. It's hard to get credit. It's hard to get a loan. We prepare for all of that, but we ain't prepared for our worst enemy. You see, it's one thing for a black man to say, you know what? All right, cool. I'm finna be in this world, and I'm finna be basically like the LeBron in this. It's just gonna be me and my mom. Nobody else on my side. When I come up, I know everybody who's against me, and it's my job to perform. They ain't tell you when you became of age, your mom is basically in there in that same old world dealing with the oppressors, dealing with them on their side basically. All the times when you look in communities, black men are supposed to be raised up to be protectors, builders, providers, leaders. But their moms run the men away, and then on top of that, they emasculate the boys. So a lot of these boys end up being gay. But put your hands on the wheel though. Watch out for this white man who might shoot you. A lot of times they don't even care about shooting you. It ain't even about that. They did not warn us about that. They warn us about everybody else and what everybody else is doing wrong. But according to them, they can't do no wrong. They're a proud single black mom and they they queens and shit like that. You're not a queen. Not a fucking queen. Who told you this? You're a sellout. You work with your oppressor. You work for your oppressor. Nobody told us that black women was gonna make sure that their oppressors' jobs and things stay afloat. Instead of saying, let me go get with a man who's starting a business and build something and be his helpmate. And then have a son or a daughter and bring them into the family business and build something up. They ain't telling us about none of that shit. So when you get older, like I said, you looking at everybody else like, okay, cool. It's my time. It's the fourth quarter. It's basically the fourth quarter as a black male, and they start everybody else out with 75 points. You got 12 minutes on the clock, and your job is still win the game. Okay, cool. I can understand that. But then they don't sit back and tell you that basically we also gonna pull your coach away. So y'all ain't got no coaches either. And that equivalent is we taking your queen too. We taking your queen and your mom. Not win. Not win, nigga. How you gonna win? And we still fucking win. And even when we win, the black women get mad that we win. And then when we win, we go get with other women. And it's like, oh, you don't like your mom. No, bitch, I don't like you. Because you a whore. You ain't no good. I don't want my son to have a mom like you. I don't want to have a daughter that resembles you. No, you're for fun only. But this is it's crazy because it's like they'll sit back and warn you about everybody else and what everybody else is doing wrong. But they can't do no wrong. They can't do no wrong at all. They're perfect, basically. No, you're not perfect. You're a fucking sellout. You're a coon. You're a coon, and I'm gonna call you what you are. That's just the truth. Even if you my auntie, a person of my family, I know what the fuck you are. And cool, like that's just what it is. But at least you could have told somebody. You could at least told somebody that it was gonna be this way. But hey, it is what it is. Because the ones that's gonna still overcome, we still overcome. Black women gonna still be black women. They gonna still embarrass the community. They gonna still raise up sons to be feminine and emasculate them. They gonna still raise their daughters up to be city girls and whores and independent. While by the time those daughters get 30 years old, they're gonna be lonely, single, cat ladies, dog ladies, fucking crazy in the head. They're gonna then be jealous of the new girls that's coming up or be jealous of their daughters. And if they have sons, they're gonna raise their sons up to be emasculated, faggots, or that word. And it's like, damn. It's also our job to disconnect from these women, whether it be our mom, our aunties, our sisters, our cousins. We have to disassociate ourselves from them too. Because as a black male, you have to hold yourself to a certain standard. But once you get to a certain standard, you can't go and save this woman. She don't want to be saved. She enjoys her slavery. She enjoys her oppression. Let her stay there with her master and enjoy that shit. Let her put the blonde wig on and walk around talking like a white lady. Let her do that shit. No, we don't put on Brad's hair. Yeah, this nigga hair right here, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of every dark colored skin on my body. Like I love myself, and I ain't finna get with no woman that wants me to hate myself. Not finna turn into no damn thug either to deal with them. So yes, I'm dealing with what's best on the chessboard. If other races are winning, me personally, if Asian women are the best one on the chessboard, that's who I'm going to deal with. And I get that y'all don't give a fuck, but guess what? It's what makes me happy. So every man out there that's listening to this, do what make you happy. Yes, our moms was against us. The women in our communities are against us. Man, I kid you not. When you was in school, it was not the biggest hater that you had in school was the girls that was in your grade. You couldn't do shit right. If your shoes are too tight, They on your head. Oh, his shoes too tight. He this and he that. He ain't no good. He ain't nobody. He ain't no this and that. And you still manage to win and be the best. And they still got something to say. So yes, we won't do it for them. When you becoming successful as a man and becoming important and powerful, you doing that shit for yourself. Fuck these women who ain't shit, who moms and turned them into whores. You know, they all brainwashed. They all whitewashed. Let them be. If you still a pro black man and you love your black self and things like that, shit, go and get another race of woman. The kid gonna still come out black and just instill black qualities inside of him. Teach him who Mansa Musa is, the Gullah Wars, all this shit that you got to teach. But no, bro, they did not teach us that our own feminine side of us was our worst enemy. And as a man, a lot of times you fucking crazy as hell if you finna sit back and still deal with a black woman when you know all the shit she about to put you through. How she about to have the government inside of your life. How she gonna have your kid turned against you, putting you on child support, all this shit. I mean, if you want the goddamn the task at hand, cool, go for it. Not me, not me, buddy. You know, I love myself. I'm gonna live me a long life, and that's just what it's gonna be.